What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another Sorare video. If you enjoy this video, make sure you like, subscribe and leave a comment, and let's jump over to Sorare. Like you've already seen in the previous video, we've got a little scouting series going on where we're looking at my 5 favourite Cap240 players, or just my 5 favourite European budget players heading into next season. So today I've got 5 strikers. We're going to go through them in price order, although today they are all relatively cheap. So these are all basically budget strikers that are going to be good for Cap240 and maybe other divisions for next season. So the first striker on the list today is Kramer. As you can see, he's literally a bargain, less than £2, and pretty decent expected scores, 53 over the next 15. And he's just the perfect forward for Cap240. He's hitting rock bottoms, but he's got these decent 80s and 70s in his locker. Double decisive. He can do it. He can score goals. So he's a really good option. And his L15 is always going to be kept low because the games he doesn't score, he just does terrible basically. So it's keeping his L15 really good for Cap240. And just for the price, less than £2 for a striker that you know you're always going to be able to play in Cap240, and he's always capable of dropping a 70 or an 80 as well. It's just perfect for what you need. We're going to have a look at his price of time. Yeah, so he's been even lower. He's on the up now, coming into the European seasons. People are recognising his potential. I looked at him the other week, well, literally last week when I was starting my Cap240 scouting, and he was 0.16. Nearly picked him up for that, but I'm still waiting to pick him up, so I might go and get him now. He's come down a little bit more, but he's the perfect striker for Cap240. Playing in a solid enough team, I'm pretty sure he's going to start 90% of games, 80% of games at least next season. So unless you guys know anything different, let me know, but I think he's going to be a great striker for Cap240 next season, and someone that I'm definitely going to be picking up myself. So next on the list is Jonas Wind, £5.30. Really low L15, pretty low L5 and L40 as well. He gets international utility, so he plays for Denmark, got himself a goal against Northern Ireland recently. And as you can see, his scores for club are pretty bad. A couple of sub appearances here and there, and he just genuinely doesn't score great unless he's getting a goal. But I feel like next season Wolfsburg are going to be a little bit better, and I think he's going to get more goals. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. So it depends whether you believe in Wind, whether you think he's going to get more goals next season, because his performances this year clearly weren't good enough. That's why his L15 is so low. But it's kind of, again, the perfect recipe for a striker, similar to Kramer, where he's getting these really low scores, but when he does get a goal, he's dropping 86s, 72s, 63 is not the greatest, but again, 78. So we're looking for them scores. If you can throw them in a bit more often, just say he had 3 or 4 more in there, we'd be looking at this as a really good card. So I think he can do it next season. I think Wolfsburg are going to come out a little bit stronger. They are losing a couple of players, but I think they're going to reinvest that money, and I'm hoping Jonas Wind is going to be one of the star players for the next season. I haven't seen him linked with any big moves, but if anyone knows anything about him, if he is going to be moving, do let me know. But he's a player that I do like for the Cap modes next season. So next up is Ruben Providence. His L15 is a little bit higher because he's had a clicked the wrong thing. He had a decent little finish to the season with a double decisive, and again he hits the lows, but he hits the highs. He throws them in there a little bit more often than Jonas Wind does, so it's nice to see. Doesn't have that much of an AA game. He's got a decent one in there, but he's really young as well. 21, so still got 3 years of under 23 left on him, and for the price it's pretty good. I think he's staying at Hartberg. I haven't seen anything about him again. If anyone knows anything, let me know. But as far as I'm concerned, he's staying at Hartberg, and they're a pretty average team, so hopefully they can improve as well. It'd be nice if they did. But he's going to be getting a lot of minutes next season. I think he's going to be basically a star player, so I'm hoping he can come out and get even more goals. Hopefully he doesn't ruin his cap, because he's still getting these sub appearances. Yeah, a couple of sub appearances there. He's going to get rested here and there, but also when he doesn't get a goal, he's dropping 35, so it's pulling his cap score down. Again, that's what we're looking for with these Cap240 strikers, so I'd be really happy if I was throwing him in. 50 is a little bit high, but if I had him at 46, 47, I'm throwing him in and drops an 85, then That's exactly what you're looking for. So I think Ruben Providence will be good next season, as long as he's staying in the scoring league, which I'm pretty sure he's gonna. So that's that one. We've got a bit of a position changed player coming up next, so we'll jump over to that. So next up we've got Lappus in, and this is probably the one that I'm most excited about. 47 on his L15, L5 of 43, so if he comes out next season and drops a couple of low scores to start off, which he definitely could, because they've got Anderlecht, Standard and Mechelen in their first games, even Antwerp as well, Genk. They've got a few hard games before the fixtures get a little bit easier. Got him on midfielder here, but we want him as a forward. You can pick up his forward card for basically the exact same price as midfielder, which is very rare. Even cheaper, I actually got it for cheaper. But he's a forward that can drop, you can get AA, he's got 20, 11, 18, 19, 16, 32. Like, he's dropping 67 scores without a goal as a forward, 58. He's just a really good scorer. As a forward, this is amazing. You can play this guy outside of cap mode as well. He's only like so low on his cap because of his end of the season. From game week 359, he had a pretty poor finish with only one decisive. But apart from that, he's a really consistent scorer, playing for one of the best teams in the league. They actually won the league this year, I'm pretty sure. And he's going to have some sort of midweek utility next season. And I think someone was mentioning that he's going to get even more minutes next season, as one of the players who's competing for in his position is moving on or something. So I think he's going to get a lot of minutes next season, and his scores are just amazing for this price. £4.60, and these are the scores he's got to offer. If you haven't got him, I would go pick him up right now as a forward, because this is probably the player that I'm most excited about on this list. And last but not least is a bit of an old boy, Marko Arnautovic. He's done the rounds, he's played for a lot of clubs, and he's now only £6.24. Low L15. Is he still getting? Yeah, he's still getting some international utilities. That's pretty decent. He actually didn't play at the end of the season, but before that he was doing really well for Bologna, and Bologna have been in really good form. I haven't actually investigated why he didn't play at the end of the season. I just presumed it was injury because he came back. But yeah, I'm gonna go up and get see if we can get his. So he moved to Bologna, and then from here on out you can see he just got really good scores. It was really good. Bologna had a pretty good season for like their standards. They were a lot better than I expected. He was one of the better players alongside maybe like Orsolini, but he had a really good season. His cap's really low, and he's one of them players who kind of bottoms out or he scores. So it's just perfect for cap modes. He's not a forward that's going to get you much AA, but he's going to he's either scoring or not. Simple as that. It's that's all he's got about him. It's goals or not goals. But he's a proven goal scorer. He's done it across multiple leagues, and for the price, I think it's a really good price point. He's under contract until 2025, so I presume he's going to get some decent minutes for the next season. He could get phased out a little bit. I'm not too sure, but I think to start the season, he's going to be in there. He's going to be the main man, and he's going to be banging some goals for Bologna. So that's the last guy for the list. If you enjoyed the video, if you found this helpful in any way, leave a like and subscribe, and drop any comments if you know anything about these players that I haven't mentioned, if anyone's moving or any transfer rumours, anything like that. And we'll have midfielders and defenders next. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.